Hi, my name is Rachel, and you're listening to Maker Style, a creative lifestyle podcast where we talk about small business, blogging, and of course, lots and lots of sewing. Listening to the Maker Style podcast is like sitting down for a coffee and chat with your girlfriends who are just as passionate about making things as you are. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 00 of the Maker Style podcast. I am so stinking excited to have you all here tuning in and listening with me today. It feels so good to be reaching out and speaking to everyone. I am so excited. So, since this is a brand new podcast and episode 00, I'm sure you're wondering, what the heck am I listening to? So, let me introduce myself. My name is Rachel, and I'm going to be your host for the Maker Style podcast. On Maker Style, we're going to be talking about lots of things, mostly sewing related. We're going to be interviewing lots and lots of people that work in the indie sewing industry to talk about business and how this new kind of emerging craft industry that's really changing and evolving from what craft was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and how they're making a living in this new environment. So we're going to be talking to indie pattern designers, fabric designers, book writers, I guess they're called authors, anyone that's really making a living in this indie sewing industry. We're going to talk to them and get their feedback on what it's like to be in it and working in this really cool industry that we're all a part of. We're also going to be talking about how to improve our craft and how to get better at the art of sewing, because sewing is quite technical. I'm sure you know there's a lot of skill that goes into it. And I really hope that I can bring on some amazing guests that can help share some knowledge so that you can get better at sewing while sitting on your couch drinking a glass of wine, because that's the kind of learning I am all about. We're also going to talk a lot about style, and I know style is super subjective, but we're going to talk about trends that are coming, how to build a wardrobe that's timeless, patterns to use, fabrics we love, things like that, and I'm so excited to bring you those episodes as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, hopefully every episode I'm going to be bringing on a guest that we can talk to, but in order for these interview episodes to really work the best that they can, I need you to go online to thewildstitch.com and submit your topics. Go online, fill out a form, let me know either if there's a person you want to hear from to talk about something, or if there's just something you want to hear talked about. Leave it in the form and let me know, and I'll make it happen for you guys. It's that simple. I will do my best to talk about the topics that you guys request and get that done. That's a priority. So please go online and submit what you want to hear, and I will do that for you. Now, before we get too carried away with this intro episode, I would like to tell you just a little bit more about who I am. Like I mentioned before, my name is Rachel, and I run the blog The Wild Stitch, and obviously now the Maker Style podcast. I'm a 21-year-old sewist from Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. During the day, I'm a public relations student, so I go to school. I'm working on the second year of my degree right now, going through for that. I do obviously a lot of sewing in my free time. I love to sew. I've been sewing since I've been about 16, and it's just been a huge journey for me, as I'm sure you can all relate to, learning to fit your body, developing this sense of style, finding the freedom, being able to hack up a pattern and make up whatever you dream. It's really liberating, and I'm so happy to be a part of this craft. It's amazing. Now, when I'm not sewing, lately I've been trying to learn how to embroider. That's something that's been on my list along with knitting, but maybe we'll get there one day. Maybe we'll talk about it on the show. Who knows? When I'm not doing that, I like to hang out with my boyfriend and my cats. I like to sit down, cuddle, and watch some TV together. That's always a favorite. I also love to cook. I love to make delicious food and eat it, because who doesn't? Seriously. All right. Well, this about wraps up everything I wanted to talk about in the introduction episode. I can't wait to be bringing you a full-featured, full-length episode. I think you guys are going to flip and really, really love it. Or at least I hope that's what's going to happen, because I think this is pretty awesome. And, we can listen to this while we're sewing and kicking back, and it'll be lots and lots of fun. Now, if you want to be notified when the very first episode comes out, you got to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. So here's what you do. Go onto iTunes if you have an iPhone, or if you have an Android, try Google Play or Stitcher. It'll be on both locations. Go online, search, obviously, Maker Style Podcast. Download and subscribe. You'll get all the episodes that way, and it'll be awesome. You can listen on the go. Super fabulous. If you are new to podcasting, subscribing is totally free, by the way. This podcast does not cost you a cent. It's just something I'm doing for fun because I want to connect with you guys. So if you want to subscribe, you can do so for free, which is fabulous. One thing I do ask though is that if you are enjoying the show, which I really hope you are, that you log on to wherever you get your podcasts, iTunes especially, and give me a review. It's not that I'm just concerned about getting more people to find Maker Style and listen to the show, but having lots of positive reviews really helps me get great guests onto the show. If they can see that Maker Style is a successful sewing podcast and there's lots and lots of people that are listening and enjoying, it can encourage people to decide to come on and take time out of their busy day, again for free, to chat with me. So if you could do that, if you're enjoying it, I would really, really appreciate it. Anyways, you guys, this is all I have to say for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to bring you our first full-length episode next week. See you then. Bye, guys.